Tyler Jacks, and I'm a professor at MIT. So we're interested in cancer genetics and tumor evolution, and that covers a large range of interesting aspects of cancer biology, how particular gene mutations contribute to tumor formation and tumor progression, how do tumors evolve over time, both genetically and importantly epigenetically, on their way from early stages of initiation through progression and even through to metastasis. In addition, in recent years, we've been very interested in the relationship between the immune system and cancer, and we've built preclinical models, genetically engineered models, in which we can program tumors to express specific antigens and then study how tumors respond to that, how the immune system responds, and ultimately how we might be able to tweak the immune response in a way that brings about more effective anti-tumor control. Well, I've been doing cancer research for a good long time. I started when I was an undergraduate, actually, and learned a bit about cancer also in my coursework as an undergraduate. And based on that work, inspired and importantly by a colleague of mine today, Bob Weinberg, who gave a lecture in a course that I took as a junior in college, I decided I wanted to head off to graduate school to ultimately become a cancer researcher. And I did go to graduate school at UCSF, worked with Harold Varmus, got exposed to cancer research in that lab, although my project was more related to retrovirology than it was to cancer biology. But still interested in cancer as my future career, I came back to the East Coast and worked in Bob Weinberg's lab, ironically, for my postdoctoral fellowship. Began the work that I do today on using gene targeting technology to create preclinical animal models of cancer, and then started my own lab built on that foundation and have continued to do that type of work all these years later. Yeah, the community at MIT is really quite special, I would say in many ways. It really is a community in the sense that we interact quite a lot. There's a lot of collaboration. And I think that really enhances the productivity, if you will, but also just the enjoyment of doing the science as a group. We also are at a technology university, so there's all sorts of powerful technologies that are being developed all around us. And the building in which I work, the Koch Institute, was designed to bring cancer scientists and cancer-oriented engineers together to kind of maximize the opportunity for that sort of collaboration, which has worked out quite well. And if we think about the Ludwig Center at MIT, I think we're quite distinctive in this respect because we do have investigators who are more purely cancer biologists and cancer geneticists. And I would say Bob Weinberg would be an example of that. I would be an example of that. But we also have some hardcore engineers who are part of our group. Scott Manalis would be a good example. Sangeeta Bhatia would be a good example. And through building bridges between those labs and really between those disciplines, I think we're able to go further faster in our ability to understand and investigate cancer. We've benefited tremendously at MIT from the investment that Daniel Ludwig, through the trust that he established, made in our institution that led to the development of the Ludwig Center for Molecular Oncology at MIT. Today, that center supports the work of, I think we're at 10 labs today, all doing super interesting things in their own right, but importantly, as part of this community, fostering collaborations. We meet as a group on a regular basis to talk about progress and opportunities for collaboration. And then we gather, including today, to bring all of our investigators together for a day-long retreat, which is just a wonderful occasion to get updated and also, again, build new and powerful connections.